Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws in the building. We got Ern, we got D rocking out. Got a lot of stuff on tap to talk about. We got football in full effect, so you already know we're gonna get to this preseason and talk about what's about to happen this year. Before we get to our question of the day, though, I was out of town this week. I went to New Orleans. Almost caught a L. Almost got robbed out there, Joe. Bam almost shot me to death out there. The city trash, dog. I just got it. We just gonna keep it all the way 100, dog. The city trash. Food is good, but the city trash, dog. The joint is like a southeast with tourism, dog. Dog,
The whole
I'm
city?
saying the whole dog. It's like take what's that over the Alabama Avenue Southeast. It just make it a strip and just put bars and stuff on the jump. Dog, the joint is just like I couldn't wait to get out of that joint, dog.
What? Hold on. Where were you? You said New Orleans?
New Orleans, bro.
Oh, what part of New Orleans? Because I went to New Orleans
Right there in the strip.
you in the French Quarter.
French
He on
Quarter,
Canal.
all that. Canal. Yes, right there in the mix, dog. Street smell dirty,
You
dog.
clip
Yes,
It
it.
they
just
do. They,
it got just a rank funk
You
master
clip it.
flex smell. Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm clear.
We need
Y'all
I
this
get
wasn't.
clear
it work.
because this. Check, check.
Nah, no.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
There, I can hear you now.
it's me. It's not y'all, man.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me get the camera right. This Joe. Yeah. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Joan trash. Bottom line, dog. I could not live there.
Yeah.
I had a flight coming back home Sunday afternoon at like 9 p.m., dog. I flipped the jump to 6 a.m., dog. I had to get out of there, dog. It just,
Oh, when we went there some years back for a birthday, for my wife's birthday, I took her there to the French Quarter,
uh-huh.
and the jump was vicious. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you though. The streets are musty. The streets are musty. You know what I'm saying? But that's because of what happened there. So I
The
get it.
Katrina. Y'all was
Yes,
there.
It's a bowl. It's below sea level. That's why they
that
can't even
too.
bury people underground down there.
Right. You got to put them
All they
above
bury
in the
people is on
tombs.
top of the ground. Yeah.
Right. Because if not, they'd be floating away, bro, if you put them in the ground. But I mean, when I went there, I mean, like you said, the food, everybody to me would be overweight in New Orleans if I lived there because the
Yeah,
food is on
dog. Bama's
point.
is overweight. What you
Yeah.
mean?
The food on point, though. Food is banging.
Obesity running rampant around that junk, dog.
But I feel like that's all of America. But yeah, I hear what you're
Nah,
saying.
it's and then so this is another thing
Everybody
too,
Zion down there.
dog. Another thing too, like so, real quick, we was down the jump. So when you go to the restaurants down there, you
Yeah.
have to like they had people outside the restaurant trying to get people to go into different spots. They're like, oh yeah, come on in here. We got the drinks, we got everything. Come on,
I
slide
ain't
up
never
here.
had it. Yeah, uh-huh.
Dog. So we get to one jump and they have like hostesses, but they be outside the restaurant,
Right.
like trying to get, basically taking
Recruit. They
if
recruiting. Yeah, yeah,
recruiting
yeah,
and
yeah.
it'd be lines for some of the stuff. So
Right.
we get to one of the jumps and they like it's gonna be a 20-minute wait. Oh no, this is gonna be a 45-minute wait, 45 minutes to an hour. So of course we like, dog, like, can we skip the line? Can you hook us anything? So the young is like, yeah, I can skip y'all in the line, but it's gonna be $20, right?
Hmm.
So we like, all right, bet. We thinking like, okay, cool. But then we waiting around and we end up waiting 40 minutes anyway. So we like, did we really skip the line? Because in our mind, we like looking around at the different people. We're like, oh, if we skip the line, Bama's gonna have a problem with this jump. So we ain't skipped the line. And We finally get in a restaurant, we eat, we come out. So the gang is like, yeah, where my $20 at? So everybody's looking like, what you talking about? So I'm like, what? So we just like, whatever. The young is like, oh, you old broke. She cursing us out and stuff, right? So we like, all right, whatever. So we walk around the corner. We, you know, just walking around, you know what I'm saying? Peeping the scene. We walk down this one alleyway. Dog, a Bama pull up in a truck with the hammers, dog. It's like, you owe Slim $20. Dog, I said, young, I got to go. I got to get out of here, dog. This joke crazy, dog.
So it seemed like to me that experience right there summed up your whole
Nah,
joint.
it ain't. The
Come
thing
on,
is,
yeah.
it was a dog. The Jonah dirt ball, dog. It stink people out. Like some of the people was real cool, but dog, it just was a. It's just the shadiness about it, dog. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't. Yeah, I
I
can't.
can.
Jonah, yeah,
Gave
dog.
it back when you promised somebody $20 and then he didn't give it to them.
Dog,
Then
Batman,
they want
dog.
reparations.
You gotta want reparations out that joke, dog.
That's
But
crazy
dog, it
though.
brought broad daylight too.
But you in the alley though, so they figured they got cover, got
Yeah,
shadow.
yeah. Bama thought he could do it,
So let
dog.
me ask you the question though:
What's up?
did you give it the $20?
Yeah, we gave it 20 up, dog. We trying to make it home, dog. What you mean? I'm glad the Batman say give me your wallet, keys, cell phone, everything, dog. We was gonna argue with man. Come on, Slim. Nah, bro. Young.
How many
No,
Bama's
sir,
pulled up? How many Bama's pulled up?
dog, one Bama, dog. All you need is one hammer. That's enough. How many hammers you need to see?
Hey, yo, that's wild. Yo, that's wild.
Can't
That
go
would
back,
ruin
man.
my whole joint. I'd have left early too. If that happened to
Dog, we
me.
was
That'd have
good.
been
We was
gone.
good though. We was good. I mean, we still had a good time, dog. You know what I'm saying? You gonna make the best of it,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, but dog, I'm not a fan. On our question of the day comes in. It says, so when I first started my job back in April, I requested off a few days at the end of August because it's my roommate's wedding and I have to travel a ways to get there and help set up. I was guaranteed those days off at first. My boss, the owner, decided as today, no one is allowed to have off on one of the days I requested off, non negotiable. So I'm mad because it's not like I can just change the date of the wedding. I told my GM that I'll talk to the owner, but I don't know what to do about this because he's only a GM and he's the one who gave me the days off. I need advice on what to do or what to say to my boss because I'm not missing the wedding. I requested this off months ago, and for them to just change this on me is ridiculous. D.
Aaron, what would you do in that scenario? Bro, I mean, how much value does that job have to you?
You got to put it down and say get another one.
That's it. Like, how much value does that job mean to you? Because I'm thinking like, look, if you do it, you know what I'm saying? You know you gonna be gone bye. Is it worth it? Do you have enough where you know that you can still hold on until you get another job?
So this is my question, yeah. I'm trying to understand what went into the whole decision where nobody could take that day off. Because if it's a personnel issue or something like that, I mean, maybe you could supplement or find something to like, if you're trying to get, I don't know what kind of business it is, if it's restaurant business and stuff. Sometimes, managers and stuff be pressed because they just
Mm-hmm.
need the personnel for a holiday or something of that nature. I mean, I would probably need to understand the context of what's
A
causing the
deal's
boss
a
to be like,
deal.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
so I mean, what you could do. Well, this is why I'm always a proponent of getting stuff put down in writing, though. Like if Bama's just be promising stuff, oh yeah, you could get the day off, and it's just all word of mouth. And then it change up. I mean, you really have nothing to stand on. But if it's like a company calendar and that joint has been sitting up there, or something that you have that's basically tangible evidence that this was requested, or a formal request that goes into like a system or repository, like that's a little bit different. I think it's a little harder to kind of mush you off the square when you have it, kind of substantiated that way. But
Uh,
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
know
tell you,
this.
man. Go ahead,
Go
go
ahead, D.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know this doesn't necessarily apply to everybody's life, and people got to do what
Mhm.
they got to do to take care of their family. But I'm not putting myself in those situations or in an environment where Obama's word ain't good enough. Like where I got to go through all these hoops. If Obama tell me, okay, we got this taken care of, it should be taken care of. It's no rules apply to everybody. I would never work in an environment. What's the point of being the best at anything or competing or being productive if the same rules apply to you as apply to the janitor or the Bama that's at the bottom of the rung? You know what I mean? It's nothing is a blanket rule. It's just when I hear people talking like that, it sounds to me like Burger King or UPS stacking boxes or something. But it all depends on what level of
Yeah,
career you're in, what field you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. If it's just a job and you need the money, I guess you got to do
yeah.
what you got to do. But
Now, yeah, I hear you. You got a good point, but I can tell you this: I've seen a situation at my job where somebody took time off.
Hmm.
Then there was a big, we were making a big push for a particular thing, like a mission of the agency. Juggle was like, "Look, we can't take that time off because we need you." And it was like an all hands on deck type of deal. You know what I'm trying to say? And when that happens, I'm sorry, you want to take them days off, and I may have promised it to you, but you got to be here. You know what I'm trying to say? So it could be a scenario like that.
So how he handle it, dog?
get another one.
He was in the office,
Okay,
bro. That's exactly what
that's
he
not, but
was.
no, but that's what I'm saying. That's a different kind of situation, though, and the stakes is higher.
But it's the same thing where you were promised something,
Yeah,
and just kind of speaking to what Aaron was saying, that
no,
that job wasn't like a regular, it's a career job. You know what I'm trying to
no.
say? And you in a scenario where, look, what you gonna
Hey,
do?
look. All you gotta do. This what you gotta do, dog. This is the easy way out, dog. Just tell the Bama's young you was in close contact with somebody who had COVID. You can't come in, dog. Bottom
That's
Quarantine.
line, dog. You
Then
gonna
when
be
they
out
find out
6
you
days
lying,
automatic.
yeah,
How they
that's
gonna find that out?
Facebook and Instagram, because they can't keep the pictures off the internet.
right.
No, all you do is just wait, and then you just go. Wait, I mean, they your boss following you on your Instagram and your
As long as the joint is you have that joint section where random people can't see your stuff. I mean,
Come on, man. Even then, I'm
Why you
doing the
gotta
same
lie
thing
to
they
have a
do. I'm doing the
job,
same
dog?
thing they
right,
doing.
You gotta
Yeah,
right.
lie to
you
have a
right.
job.
That's my whole
Nah,
thing.
yeah, you
You
right.
don't need to
You
be
right.
there, dog. That's
Yeah,
toxic.
you don't need to be there. That's
You
get
gonna
out.
forget you gonna forget you said you had Rona. Then it's gonna be a survey or something
Right,
pop up. You be like, oh, I never had that joint. I got a
right.
vaccine.
I'm like, I
And you
thought
like,
you
hold on,
had it when
huh?
that wedding happened. I thought you had it around that time frame, and that's it.
Then you gonna get
Gone.
terminated, and you ain't gonna get the unemployment then.
Right.
Yes.
Because you're over
He
there
said
swelling. Like
you
it's not
finished with
even.
it. He got you.
It's too much
He
work,
got you
dog.
off this well.
If it's a career job, you're gonna have to make the determination: is this job worth it? You know what I'm trying to say? Because if you jeopardize that for a wedding, it's gonna seem real stupid in the, what I'm saying, hindsight. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, looking
facts.
back. So that's how I look at it, man. It's just whatever it's worth to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Dog,
job, and then you're right, Aaron. A job, you know how a job works. Rules are not the
it ain't the
rules for
rules. It ain't
everybody.
It's
universal. Yeah,
not,
you
dog.
right.
It's not universal rules. Jokers at the top don't abide by the same rules as the people in the middle and the bottom.
And
It never
sometimes they
have,
say
never
things like
will.
that to keep people from asking. So people know not to ask. But when you go and be like, hey, I had them, oh yeah, you good. Don't even worry about it. This for
Right,
everybody else. That's usually how I go. If
right,
you're good at your job.
right.
No, that's everything, dog.
Yeah.
And
That's everything.
then
That's team sports. That's everything. Rules don't apply all across the board,
that's
dog.
it.
Oh man, yeah, you might have to get another one, or yeah, you ain't as valuable as you think. I
Right.
don't.
Right.
Just go to the
He
win.
gotta go.
Just
Yeah,
go to the win. Just go to the win. The thing about a job, bruh, they will always find somebody to fill your role. No
dog.
matter if that person
Listen,
is trash or not, they're
the
gonna
show
find
must go
somebody.
on.
Yeah, the show always goes on, whether you're there or not. So that's
Yeah, you
that
ain't got
that
to worry. Don't stress. Yeah, that's the thing. Babbas be stressing over stuff. You don't need to stress. You don't need to stress.
Right. You could drop dead. The company not gonna go into bankruptcy. They make it seem like they need you to be there, but they'll figure it out, dog. It was a
They'll
company
figure
before
it
you
out.
got there. It'll be a
I mean,
company after
the
you got
worst
there.
thing probably happened most times because I remember when I worked in a restaurant business, and if you ever worked in a restaurant business, this is a long time ago. Dog, they make it seem like you had, even if you got shot by a gun, like and is about to die in the hospital, you better have somebody to replace you on your shift, dog. That's how they be acting. And I remember one time I had to do something, and I was just like, dog, I'm not coming. And they were like, you have to come. You're scheduled. You gonna I was like, I said, all right, man. I said, listen, y'all gonna figure it out. And I didn't go. The worst thing that really happened was just Bama's just looking at you dirty the next day because they were just, overworked. I can't believe you didn't come in. Like, dog, what you gonna write me up? You don't want me to come today either? Cause I can go home back home too. They're like, nah, we want you get them tables over there. Like, I mean, it'll be all right. You ain't got the stress, You ain't got the stress. Speaking of stress, though, in the news, the Taliban done took over Afghanistan, though.
They got
They done,
smartphones and stuff now too. Them
dog, they
Bama's
done they
cheesing.
moved the troops out. They going, dog, Biden, this joint is a no-win situation for Biden, dog. This joint is a no-win situation.
He came
You
out and
keep
said he stands by his decision too to remove the troops
I respect it, though.
till 2024 come.
I know
Ain't
you
gonna
already
respect
know
it
they
then.
that
Stand
joke
by
gonna
it then.
shoot. That joke is a boomerang, dog. That you just threw out that joke, gonna come back and smack him in the head. 20 dog. They out that joke wilding, bro.
You see, they took off the gym in the president's building and all that, and the joint working out with Adidas on and Rolexes. These Bama's out there wild.
Dog, I mean, it's just a party time right now. I think they're gonna try to like assemble themselves at some point.
They got to be assembled if they done took over the country. How long the
Yeah,
troops been gone?
fact. They trying to be a legitimate government now, dog. Where they get
So
all they is the far right, dog. That's what they over there.
is
They
that
any
only
more illegitimate than Mississippi or Alabama government?
that's what I'm about to say? Or the insurrection? Like we're not gonna talk
No,
like
yeah,
it
they
didn't
went on
happen, dog.
they went on the
Like
Capitol. They was trying to do what them Babas did over there.
Yeah.
It's
They
the same thing.
Yeah, it's the Tea Party for Muslims. That's all that joke is, dog.
that's it. Jokers had the seats up in the important officials' offices, laying back. Like Bama's was wild in the same
Dog,
way.
that's
The
what I'm saying.
same
We can't
pictures.
Right.
same pictures, dog.
Wildin'.
At the
Same
desk,
videos.
feet up, same. That's what I'm saying. You can't even slander these people, dog. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. We living in some crazy times for sure. On to some sports. Dog, we're gonna start with the heavy heat first. I don't know if y'all seen any of these any of these interviews with some of these youngsters that are accusing Deshaun Watson. One junk, I don't like it sound a little, but this youngin right here, well, I'm about to play a clip from it. And I'm gonna play the clip, then I'm gonna speak to it. So let's just sit back and watch this junk real quick.
Why did you want to come out and tell your story today?
Just to help other women that may be going through the same thing that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm. So tell me first off, what happened? Like, where does your story begin when it comes to with Deshaun?
Like where did it start?
Yes, like did he contact you or what happened?
Yes, he contacted me through the DM, April of 2019, I believe, and that's how it started.
And what exactly happened? What transpired? Just give me details on what happened after the DM. So you got this direct message from him?
Yes, got a direct message, said he was interested in getting a massage. I let him know I don't do massages, and that's on my Instagram page, but I was trained in it. From there, he said he wanted to come in. He was fine with that. He wanted to come in, get a massage by me. We set up an appointment for that afternoon.
And you said that you told him you don't do massages, though?
I did.
Oh, you did at the time?
No, I told him I did not do massages.
Okay, and what did he say?
He was fine with that.
So he asked to come to your place of business for a massage, even though you said you don't do massages?
Exactly.
So when that happened, when he asked you to do a massage, what was your response to that?
I said I'm not trained. I said I'm trained in massage, but I don't offer them, like publicly. But you know, he's an athlete. Thought it was great for my business. I had just opened up a month prior, so I thought, you know, my marketing was great and everything. So I was flattered.
And what happened when he came? It was that afternoon he came in, right?
Yes, that afternoon. He reached out to me that morning.
So what happened when he came? And this was, you said what date again?
Don't remember the specific day, but it was April of 2019.
Okay, and so he came in and what happened?
He came in, said he wanted his massage, said he would tell me what areas he wanted massage when we were beginning to start. I brought him into the room. He said he didn't like the towel that I provided for him, which was like a full body towel. He said he didn't like that. He wanted something smaller. Searched my spa high and low. I'm like, I don't have any medium-sized towels. All I have is my facial towels. He said, that's perfect. That's what I wanted.
And then what happened?
After that, he got changed. I left out of the room to let him get changed. When I came back in, he was completely naked, face down, and the towel only covered his butt.
And what were you thinking when you saw that?
I was like, he's a big football player. Like, that's a pretty small towel. It just kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, but maintained my professionalism and said we can begin our massage.
And so you started the massage, and what happened?
That's when he instructed me what areas he wanted massaged. He said he was very particular. He only wanted his glutes, his hamstrings, and his thighs massaged. Thought that was a little irregular, but he must have seen my face, and he was like, I do a lot of running and kicking, so that's necessary. So I said, okay, and that's where I started on his hamstrings.
And then what happened?
After starting on his hamstrings, he instructed me to go closer to his glutes. Did so in that. I didn't find that part irregular because that's pretty typical for massage. It wasn't until maybe 30 minutes into that he wanted me to go deeper into the crevices of his butt, closer to his testicles, and he kept instructing me to go further and further and further in.
And what are you thinking there this whole time?
At that point, I'm getting flustered. I'm very nervous, trying to stay professional on my end. Like I said, I'm not a massage therapist. Although I was trained in massage, that was a little bit different and difficult for me.
And what did it lead up to?
From there, just continued the massage for maybe about an hour or so. He kept instructing me to kind of go deeper in. I didn't oblige because I was pretty uncomfortable, so I stayed pretty much in the hamstring area. Then he, in return, flipped over on his back. He said he wanted his pelvic area massaged. We started there. At that point, I was uncomfortable because the towel had fell. He instructed me to leave the towel down, so he's completely nude, penis erect, and everything. At this point, I'm very, very uncomfortable. I wanted to end the session, but at the time, I was very scared. I was nervous. I didn't know how to. So I continued the massage. His penis touched me more than a couple of times. He would keep instructing me to kind of get closer, stay within that pelvic area, and that's pretty much where it went until he ejaculated.
And what did you do then?
After that, that's when I kind of wrapped up the session, said, we're done. You can go ahead and get changed, and I'll meet you right outside.
And what did he say to you?
He didn't really say much of anything.
And so it just ended with he left and...
Well, he did pay me for the service. He said I want to come in weekly for massages, and he would contact me.
And did he?
He did contact me after that.
And what did you say to him?
He would try to come in to book appointments. I would either say I'm not free, not busy. This went on for a couple of months or so. Then, can't remember specifically how long after, maybe the next month, he texted me asking where I was, that he wanted a massage. I said, I'm not at work anymore, I'm on my way home. He invited himself to my house, like, I can't come there. And I'm like, absolutely not, you cannot come to my house. And after that, I just stopped texting him altogether. And he continuously texts with no reply until I guess he got the point.
And during this whole time, did you know Deshaun, or did you know of him before?
I'm not into sports at all, so I stay in Houston, so I've heard his name before. I had to do a little searching and digging after he DM'd me, but I knew he did play football.
So when you wanted to do all of this because you thought this was going to be good for you and your business as well.
I thought it was going to be great exposure for my business. I was so excited prior to.
Spit it out.
I 100% believe her story.
That's two of us.
But the only thing that and not I'm just saying from a is what happened a crime? That's one. Two, she said that she went from IG conversations to text messages. How did that communication transpire?
She said he DM'd her early in the morning. I'm sure they probably exchanged numbers when he said he was coming in. That's what you usually do. You go from the DMs to the phone. That's usually the usual.
Okay.
That's
So
the usual pattern.
I'm okay. What about so she owns this massage parlor, I'm guessing,
She don't do massages, so
but
no.
but she doesn't do massages,
I
right?
still don't know what it is she does professionally, but go ahead.
Probably tummy teas
Yeah.
and wraps and stuff like that.
Tummy teas.
You know them youngers that be on you know how I go, them little health joints, but it's not quite. It's like the Ponzi scheme for you know the drill.
So I'm trying to figure out like if I own a massage parlor, but I don't do massages.
Stop.
I will probably facilitate him getting his services at my parlor, but I wouldn't personally do it.
But her business is probably her. She said she just opened a month ago. I'm sure she ain't got 30 employees.
Right.
Her business is her and Instagram.
Okay.
I get where you go on and you don't want to say it, so I'll go ahead and go down the path for you. Like, so the Bama sounds clearly like he got no game. He a thirst bucket pervert, inappropriate, awkward, lame type joker when it comes to the youngins. But he don't sound like a rapist. The joint is incredibly inappropriate. If he did this joint with some youngin who was in my circle, I'm gonna put hands on the Bama. That's certified.
Guaranteed.
You already know. But it doesn't sound like he committed a crime. I could be wrong. I haven't written any legislation or anything like that, but it doesn't sound like something that somebody would go to jail for. If we heard about somebody in our circle doing the joint, we would be mocking them and clowning them like, you lame pervert, like you like extra, but it doesn't sound like a crime. It got rapey vibes. It's definitely creepy.
It definitely got rapey vibes.
It's creepy. But I also feel like, and they're going to get mad, when you get uncomfortable, you got to shut it down and say no. Like, men can't read your minds. And I feel like we're at a point where we're expected to be able to read their minds. And so, like, the joint is inappropriate, yes. But if you feel uncomfortable and this is not a part of the job description, say no, go, get out of here. This is not, like, but if you keep massaging the Bama while his joint standing up strong, like, I just don't know how you wait till the joint is over and then
And she went
keep
an hour.
texting and keep texting back and forth,
Right.
even though you're
I mean,
avoiding
it's-
him, saying you're uncomfortable, which you have the right to be. Just because he's in the league don't mean you got to throw the Bama some cheeks or some work. But at what point did she say, nigga, you made me uncomfortable? Like, this is inappropriate. Like, no, I'm uncomfortable. You got to go. Like, this is just no at some point. She's saying she feels uncomfortable and he keep telling her that, like, X, Y, and Z, but she feels uncomfortable, but we can't read what you feel. Nor should we be expected to.
And I agree with you on that. But then I'm also thinking professionally, though. It's like, first of all, you say you don't do massages. He clearly wanted a massage, but you still invited him over for a massage.
Well,
So
she said that her motives was to grow her business. She, her
It is.
eyes
Right.
got big when she
It's always
saw.
something.
But this is the thing, though. When you saw, but my problem is at the end of it, she was saying that she didn't really know him because she doesn't watch sports. So what was it? Because in the beginning, she said she knew this was an opportunity. So what was it? You see what I'm saying? She knew the opportunity and she knew who he was. I don't want to hear that you didn't know who he was because you didn't watch football.
She
This
knew
joker's in
somebody.
Houston.
She live in Houston, right?
Right.
You know who Deshaun Watson is.
Right.
There's no bigger star other than Harden, maybe, in Houston.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't condone anything that he did. I'm just saying some of the stuff that she was saying didn't make sense. It's like, dog, he is literally the star of Houston. You know what I'm trying to say? In terms of football in the NFL, he is that guy. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. She knew full and well who he was, regardless if she follows sports or not. You don't have to, especially when you in that town. That's it's a football town. Texas is a football state. You can't tell me you didn't know who Deshaun Watson was. And that was an opportunity that she was willing to take so that she can build her brand. And I get it. You know what I'm trying to say? But don't say that you didn't know who he was, though. That doesn't jive right there with that. But I felt like it seemed like just when she was telling the story that she had multiple times where she could have easily walked away from this whole scenario. You know, you walk in, the Bama said he want a little washcloth towel. She like, I don't got nothing that could really, give you what you want. And then you get she had the smallest towel that she had on her. Yeah, the face joint. So she already knew right then and there.
First of all, a face towel ain't covering up nothing.
That's it. And she knew that. So that's, to me, right then and there should have been like, all right, stop.
Everything got a price, though. Everything got a price.
See, and that's what I'm saying, Aaron. That's all I'm saying. I'm not condoning what the guy did, but she didn't have to put herself in that scenario either. She could have got out of that scenario when he started. It seemed like he started early on with this stuff. Talking about, I need a little baby towel to do the work. You know what I'm saying?
Not for his face either.
No.
For his butt.
For his butt. And then she walks in the room.
This is a cold pervert. Hold on. This nigga wake up early in the morning. Scrounging. He probably type in the little search joint. He put hashtag massage.
Right.
He put hashtag massage and then start scrolling through the little joints.
You already know.
Oh, she look all right. Let me go ahead and DM her. He probably DM'd 20 youngins. She took the bait. And this dude is a cold perv. And he knew, first of all, I don't even want the Bama finished without no type of penetration, no type of nothing.
Right.
This is the coldest of perverts. These jokers like this, you gotta watch out for. Yeah. They got deep mental issues though.
So what should be the punishment for the pervert behavior? Because we all agree that the Bama did something, dog. It clearly to me, the story does not lend to me thinking she's lying. Or that
I believe every word she said, other than she didn't know who the nigga was.
Yeah.
Right. That's the part that's the part right there I have the only issue with. Everything else.
She might not know how many touchdowns he threw for and how many rushing yards he had, but she know exactly who Deshaun Watson is.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And she knew that. And I felt like when the Bama, so look at the whole series. Then when he was on the back with the baby towel, she was massaging the Bama wanted getting the crevices and the cracks and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then the Bama turned over and he full staff.
So first of all,
this still is dog.
This is
when
crazy.
she was massaging him from the backside.
Yeah.
You got a massage before. I've been in a massage.
From the backside.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is that should have been, the Bama going to turn over next. I mean, most times when you get a massage, they start with your lower leg.
She don't know, Harold, because she don't get massages. She don't do massages.
She said she's certified. No,
she said she wasn't. She said she wasn't certified, but she's done them. So she must have got the training for it, but she never got certified for the joint. I think that's what her extent of her massaging, ability was. That's what it seemed like to me.
Straight college massage joint, huh?
I think it could have been something that, it could have been straight, whatever it was. But maybe she ain't finished it. Maybe she was just interested, so she got like tips on how to do it. But she never had like that real formal training and got the cert to be a massage therapist. And she can't show herself as a massage therapist because she can get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think it was. Right.
She don't care about none of that. Hey, you know how I do? Yeah, I know how I do it. How much you want? Oh, yeah. I know how I do it. And you try to figure it out by the time comes, dog.
Right. Because an hour is an hour is a long time to be in one area when you massaging somebody. Like usually you get an hour body massage, like a full body.
That's what I said. The full body jump be an hour.
Right. But
I wonder how much he paid her.
See, that
That
was
would have
something.
been a good question to ask him
Yeah,
at that position.
yeah. How much did she get paid for the work that she did? I
Yeah.
mean, but the way he did, man, that's just. I
It's
mean, to
He
do
need
terrible,
his
that,
ass
bro.
beat for real.
Yeah,
yeah,
he do.
yeah, it's crazy.
Damn, oh, man.
They gonna be
Is
on
he
his
gonna
neck
get
though this
suspended?
season.
Yeah,
Is he gonna get suspended?
Yeah, that's a
The,
fact.
the league is dragging their feet.
that's the other part that it
I thought he
seems like
would
the league.
honestly just that testimony alone. If I'm running the league, 6 games off break, bro, with no evidence. 6 games until you can come back, and then you can at least play until we get further information on where this whole situation is going.
Yeah, but I think that mentality is what's gotten the commissioner in trouble
Like Ray
because,
Rice.
right, Ray Rice.
Dog, but Ray Rice was in an elevator and he
Yeah,
physically assaulted his
yeah.
youngin,
But
dog.
what we're saying is, remember in the beginning there was no video, so they were about to let him off, and it wasn't until the video came out where that's when he got crucified for what he did. Because at first it was just all talk. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Yeah.
People didn't really realize how to the extent it was, and then when they video, like, oh shoot, that man was bodying her, and it was like, nah, he can't play no more. You know what I'm
Because if
saying?
you punish him now and then have to go back and fix or extend whatever the punishment is, it's going to look like you didn't take it serious.
Right. And you didn't do your due diligence to really dig into what happened in that scenario, getting, you know what I'm saying, the truth to come out in this thing and not just reacting on. And that's one, out of the 30, I would like to hear what the other, 29 women had to say as well. Because if it's as damning as this, I mean, you can't have
Dog, the
a guy.
stories is similar. Now, I don't know if they got on the line together, but it's another youngin. She talked about him,
Yeah, tickling
one of the
yeah,
massage in in the buttocks and all like
yeah,
that. So
Somebody
yeah,
did whoop this.
yeah.
You remember the flogging they used to do? What was that, Singapore?
Yeah,
They beat you with the bamboo stick.
yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
need, dog.
He said flogging. I haven't heard that term in a
you
long
out of
time.
control.
Yeah.
Migs, I can't even put that on the screen, Migs. You out of control, bro. All right, on to some other sports, though. Tim Tebow got cut, though. Are you surprised?
I
Did
mean,
y'all see the block that Bama threw?
it was
It was
lackluster.
terrible,
That
dog.
lackluster block.
He just dipped his head. He
Yeah,
blocked like if I was out there blocking, dog.
yeah, that was like a crunch time block. I mean, that was. Hey, look, that was Aaron's boy. That's what he was counting on for the Jags to be good this year, going to the playoffs with Tim Tebow, right?
I'm gonna have to switch my pick now.
Because that O line looked trash.
That whole lot looked trash.
O-line
And that
looked
offense
bad.
looked pedestrian, dog.
Yeah.
It looked like just real basic. Like, I mean, I don't know.
But it's
dog.
preseason though, so you can't expect it
It
to be
is.
exotic in
It
preseason.
is.
Yeah.
It is. You're right. Yeah. So Tim Tebow got cut. I don't think anybody was surprised
No.
there. Other NFL news and stuff that's going on. Hard Knocks aired this past week. It was. I don't want to say this, young, because Cowboys fans gonna think I'm trying to hate. I'm not really hating, though. I think that the Cowboys has a good team, but I think the Bama might be injury prone, though. And I know it's crazy to say that because he's been relatively healthy his career, but like, I don't know. I feel like this ankle injury done tipped the scales. The Bama shoulder messed up. He can't throw in practice. I think Jerry pushing it. Like you saw in the Hard Knocks how Jerry every 5 minutes, like, what's up with that? Can he get out there? Well, you got him thrown on the side. So
But you know why that is? Because they didn't invest in the backup for real. They still trotting them scrubs out there from Friday Night Lights. So of course he need Dak out there. Or the season is a wash.
Season's a wash. So I don't know what they're gonna do, man. Like I don't think
Cap.
they will never do that. They will never do that. But I don't think Dak's gonna make it the whole season. And I'm not hating. I'm not saying that because I'm not a Cowboys fan or nothing like that. I'm saying that because I just honestly believe that he's not going to be able to stay healthy the entire year. And it just is what it is. I mean, if he does, that's great, but I don't see it, dog. I just don't see it.
Is he going to be available for week 1?
I think they're gonna force feed him out there for week 1. And I think it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I believe he's gonna play week 1 too.
I
As
do.
well.
I think he'll be out there week 1. I mean, I don't think they can afford to not have him out there week 1. And I think that's where all the fear is really around, like trying to manage him, because week 1 will be here in no time.
Yeah.
So
Hey, look, that's true. But I don't believe he's gonna play a full season though. If he were to play this year, I don't think he's gonna have these kind of knick-knack injuries, and
yeah,
I don't
I
believe he's
do
gonna
too.
play full 16. And like you said, the backups are Garrett Gilbert, Ben
Trash.
Danucci?
DiNucci, and
Trash.
Cooper Rush. So it's really bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them bombs are trash. All three of them. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Other NFL news: Jamal Adams got paid. Was
Yeah.
that the right decision?
Hmm.
That's a lot of money for a strong safety.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. If he was,
Yeah, they opened up the plate. They gave him all the breadsticks.
hmm.
He did all that crying. He got paid, but I don't know. I mean, they don't use him necessarily all the way like a strong safety. They put him in a box. They do a lot of
That's what
lot of
strong
stuff with
safeties
him.
That's
do.
what strong safeties do though. They play that backer or joker role where they, you know what I'm saying, as well as safety, because they're
Mhm.
interchangeable when you play strong safety.
Yeah, it's like an extra linebacker on the field.
Yeah, but there's a little bit it's faster than a typical linebacker, but not
Mhm.
fast enough as like a fast cornerback or you know what I'm saying, or a free safety.
And they're limited right now as far as cachet or talent on defense. It's not the team that everybody kind of remembers from the Legion of Boom. So
Mhm.
I think they need him because he provides something that they don't necessarily have on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
No, I agree. He's a little bit of he give him energy. You know, they when they had Earl Thomas, different attitude that they just don't they lack right now without him. So I
Especially
mean, I
up front.
guess
Yeah.
yeah.
I definitely agree. I thought he was, I know y'all, there was some shade at first about, him being a legitimate good player, but I always thought he was a really good safety. I don't know. Maybe the NFL salaries are starting to trend like the NBA salaries, and guys get paid more money, and this is maybe the
Mhm.
first of what we're seeing, and that's why it kind of looks like, man, you got sticker shock, like, yo,
Mhm.
70
Yeah,
million for a safety,
even that middle linebacker from the Colts, Leonard. I thought that
Mhm.
number was high as hell for a linebacker.
right?
But
Mhm.
if Pat got 50, I guess everything else kind of slots in.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree. Agree. Um, Tom Brady was out there during the preseason, dog. Was Bruce Arians on hard drugs? Why is he playing his starters?
Man, I didn't even realize he. See, the thing about preseason, I didn't get to see all the games, so I didn't even realize he was playing. How many series did
Dog,
he
he played
play?
just one or two.
Oh, okay.
But you could trust Tom Brady. He knows not to get touched and
Right.
to take care of himself. He has nothing to prove. So I
Yeah, the
kind of
first
get it.
play that Bama got sacked. First series he was sacked. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I wouldn't risk it though. I
I
just
wouldn't
wouldn't.
play any starters in the preseason if it was up
Period.
to me.
It's no point. It's no
Period.
point. Um, Washington football team on projections is ranked number 2 defense in the league coming into this season. Do y'all agree with it?
I know you do by the way you're saying it.
Do you agree with it?
I think
I
they got to be in the conversation.
yeah.
Dog, I think they are.
There it is. I told you.
I think they are. But this is the thing though. I just don't know. Like, I hate when everybody like try to
Cap.
give us props
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
size us, dog, because I just feel like it sets us up for failure.
Mm-hmm. High
Everybody be
expectations.
so high. Yeah, the expectations be so high. It's like, come on, dog, relax. I just don't want us out here catching L's, dog. And the what happened to the defense, dog? We ain't getting no pressure. Woo, woo, woo. It's like, know how I go around this jump, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all saw Trey Lance, dog.
Me look like.
Right wing next to McGlinchey. They're going to boot the quarterback left. Here he goes, deep downfield. Trent Sherfield's got it. Trey Area.
I know you got footage of my man too.
The receivers down there. He ran for 15 touchdowns.
Flag is thrown. Fields avoiding the pressure. Taken off.
Right here.
Right on cue. Justin Fields to the end zone. We'll check the flag.
Rookie of the year.
Really?
That's a nice offer.
Jaguars trash. Trevor not gonna be able to do this.
Hey, yo, you can change the whole tune.
You knew what that was about.
Yeah, I know.
You caught me mid-air, dog.
Yo, stop it. Yo.
I couldn't sustain that.
Yeah.
Yo, stop it.
Hey, look. What Trey Lance did in that footage you showed, that's exactly what he was doing in college. Like, I think the improv plays, he's gonna kill it. That's what he excels at. I think it's more for him like doing like a regular get underneath center, throw the ball to the receiver, because he always struggled with when it wasn't an improv play or he wasn't scrambling to get yards on a play where his decision making just wasn't as good. But I think he has the right coaching. I think this is a perfect scenario for a young quarterback where he's not going to put him in scenarios where he's going to have to do those things, in my opinion.
This is the best quarterback class since '83. Watch.
No, it's quarterbacks in this jump. Listen, I'll say this. I think for Justin Fields,
Cooker.
The way Nagy is handling this whole situation, I think it's been perfect up to this point.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been perfect. Even the messages that he's been saying about Justin Fields, I think it's kind of tempered expectations. You can tell Matt Nagy's excited about Justin Fields because of how he talks about him. And I wouldn't be surprised if week 1 he did a RG3 2012 and just rolled the dice, though, with a special QB.
And just played him.
I would not be surprised because, I mean, honestly, you got Nick Foles and who else you got on that roster?
Red Rifle.
Yeah, Dandy Dalton. I mean,
yeah.
But
so he has 2 veteran quarterbacks ahead of him, and I think that could potentially prevent him from being the starter. I don't think he'll be the starter week 1, not with Andy Dalton and Nick Foles on the roster.
I'm gonna just say this: I would not be surprised if he was, because I could see in the way Matt Nagy talks about him, he's excited, though.
He's ahead of schedule based on the evaluations that were coming out right around draft time.
I can see that. I can see that.
If he has 2 more good preseason games, I can see Harold's idea coming to fruition, dog.
And you won't have a choice at that point.
If he starts week 1, he's definitely getting Rookie of the Year.
I think my whole thing with any player doing anything great in the preseason this year is the fact that because it's a shortened preseason with only 3 games, like coaches are not playing starters typically on both sides of the football. So a lot of these young guys are going up against, second and third string players. So they should be looking good against them. You know what I'm trying to say?
But even though they should, doesn't mean that they will be.
I understand.
Doesn't mean that they do.
I agree with you on that.
Taylor Heineke wasn't looking great against second and third string.
And too, when you playing, a lot of times if you playing against second and third, that means you got second and third batters out there blocking for you, catching the football, all of the above. So if you can actually perform at a high level with secondary guys, I mean, in a coach's mind, I'm like, I know he ain't had a starting tackle. I know he ain't had a starting guard. I know he ain't had no starting receivers. If I give him this, with his ability,
I mean,
we
I
might have a
look.
chance.
I feel you. I think we're just both sides on that coin. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel you.
And two, you gotta think about this. This is another factor. When the team is like he's the guy, it's hard to kind of go with these
Retreads.
DLGs out here and just
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
come on,
Good.
man, just get us down the field when you got a quarterback that's special. Yeah, and I don't know necessarily what Nagy's game plan is or how he's going to manage Justin Fields, but like to me, he doesn't seem like antiquated like some of these coaches. Like I feel like, oh, you got to sit, you got to watch.
Nah, I don't see
I
that.
wouldn't be surprised, dog. I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to play well, like Aaron says. He'd be out that jump week 1, and I'm telling you, a team will be like that has to go against them. Who the Bears play week 1? Look that up, Aaron. Find out who the Bears play week 1.
Schedule.
There's another thing too.
Miami.
So
They play Miami
Miami?
week. No, I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. The LA. So he going up
The
against
Rams?
the Rams.
Yeah, go ahead and try to.
Yeah.
What's that other boy? Yeah.
Andy Dalton or Nick Foles.
Oh yeah, that's a fail. They might just let him get their head skedaddled the first game.
Because the Rams defense is one of the top defenses in the NFL. So you already know you don't want to go up against them week 1.
Rams is number 3 on that ranking that I was talking about.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Then after they get thrashed, let them play the Bengals.
Yeah.
September 19th.
Right.
And then let them cook. Yeah, no, that's a fact. Other things that I learned from the preseason this past week. PJ Walker will probably be starting over Sam Darnold at some point during the season, dog. 2 touchdowns. He was elusive. He was accurate. If Sam Darnold struggles, that has been reported out here, if he continues to struggle, I wouldn't be surprised.
Is he the guy that was in the Arena League or something like that?
Yes.
XFL.
PJ Walker.
XFL,
XFL. And he played last year, dog.
With Houston.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he got some games in there and he did okay. So I wouldn't be surprised. He's elusive, got wheels, knows the offense. This is second year in the offense. They kept him on the team. So if Sammy come out that jump sketchy, I would not be surprised.
And I think he's a good type of quarterback for Carolina and the way they want to run their offense. The fact that he has that mobility and he got an arm and it'd be perfect.
Yeah. Your team, what's his name? Ojulari? He looked all right, dog. He looked all right.
Yeah. We had some young.
Kadarius Toney, dog, can't stay healthy. But
yeah, I'm starting to get scared. Is he gonna be another kind of? I don't want to put him in a category, but you know how it is with some of these players from that particular area and how in that position. I just get kind of scared. Is he gonna be one of those guys?
Who was the band we had forever, dog? Devin Thomas could not play.
Yeah, he had injuries all the time. And I'm just
what was the other Bama we had?
Malcolm Kelly came out that same draft.
Yeah.
Oh, dog. And then we had another Bama who could never get right too.
Fred Davis.
No, not Fred Davis. No, he's a wide receiver. We drafted him maybe 3-4 years ago.
Oh, you talking about that's D's boy. What's his name, D?
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. He a free agent now. Yeah. I can't remember him. Yeah.
He ended up with Kirk last year, I think.
Yeah, and he couldn't.
Oh, yeah, you owe me wings. You said this Joker was going to get 4 touchdowns. Now that you mentioned it, Harold.
Who?
You.
Who's going to get 4 touchdowns?
The Joker that you talk about now, that's a bum. You said he was going to get 4 TDs with the Vikings.
Hey, yeah.
4?
You said 4.
First of all, if I'm betting on the Bama to get 4 TDs.
Josh Doxson.
That's it.
He's trash.
You bet on him.
4 TDs, dog. I was wilding, dog.
Big time.
I was wilding.
You could have got 4 TDs if you played 16 games.
Yeah, I could have got 4 TDs. That's a fact. Eagles, Jalen Hurts, young. He was accurate. He He played well from my estimation. But the coaching staff will not like.
They don't believe in him. I feel like.
I don't know what the Batman has to do. I don't know what he has to do.
When I look at Jalen Hurts, I feel like he is one of the most improved quarterbacks I've seen. Just when you look at his collegiate career, and then you look at his NFL career, even though it's been a really small sample size of it, you really look at his improvement from year to year to year to year.
Facts.
And you look at him as like his trajectory to me is nowhere but going up. And to me, the Eagles need to get on board. Now, it looks like they're going to end up keeping him, and he's going to be there. He's going to be their quarterback. But I don't know how the way they're talking. I feel like they're not 100%.
It's disrespect, dog.
Yeah,
and they're going to end up getting lucky and ending up with a star who could play in the league. But they treated this Bama so wrong coming into the league.
Right.
Because if you look at him in college, like D was saying, the improvement, he was trash throwing the ball at Alabama.
Yeah.
Like he had legs, but he couldn't really throw the ball. Then you look at his progression to Oklahoma, where he's in the MVP consideration. And then you look at him as just a short stint he had with the Eagles last year. To me, he is Dak, but further ahead from college to the pros at this point. So I feel like they should kind of like rally around the Joker and treat him like they got one, but for some reason they got this coach that doesn't really know what's going on and doesn't seem like he's that good of a coach. So hopefully he doesn't fumble the ball.
And they could have won the division last year. They could have won the division. They chose to take him out and sit him and to lose that game. So it's just I don't get it. Everybody's looking for a franchise quarterback, and I feel like they have one, and they're not even treating it as such. It's just an odd situation.
Sit him down here. Give up a 3, Washington, a 2.
Yeah, send him up here. Send him up here.
He can play in the league. I've seen enough.
Right.
He can play. He definitely can play. Never stuff. Dog, Denver might be better than a lot of people expect them to be, dog. I know y'all seen week 1, D. Denver, they getting Von Miller back. Their defense is coming together. Fangio, he all about defense. And then Drew Lock didn't look too shabby the other day, dog.
Till the season starts.
And they have weapons. They have weapons.
That they do have.
So I wouldn't write Denver off, dog.
In that division, you would though.
Yeah.
You got to play KC twice. You got to play the Chargers twice.
I think they could beat the Chargers
once. They're not sweeping them.
I don't think they could beat Kansas City.
That's 3 losses.
You can write.
And you ain't left the division.
Okay, but I think they could beat who else in their division?
Raiders.
Raiders.
They can split with the Raiders.
Yeah.
That's 4 losses. Ain't left the division.
That's a quarter of the schedule right there.
I think we won. They're gonna beat the Giants.
That's tough.
I mean, that's very possible. You know what I'm trying to say?
No troll.
Ain't no troll, bro. When do you ever see me get elated and pick the Giants to win a game?
Danny Dimes can't lose that game.
Really?
He will. Dog, what do you mean?
He can't lose that game.
He can't?
This is what, 3 years in, 4 years in?
Third year. This is the year, bro.
It's time.
If it don't come together this year, he's done. The project of Daniel Jones is finished, and we got to go ahead and move on and get another quarterback. If it doesn't
stop it.
And he might take Judge Dredd with him.
You know what's funny? I think he wouldn't go with them. I believe I can see the GM going before I see Judge
he's
Dredd
gone.
going.
But he hired the GM and he hired Daniel Jones. Not hired the GM, but hired the coach and hired Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he did. I definitely don't see Daniel Jones staying there, and I can potentially see Gettleman being gone.
So this is it. This is it.
You can't fill a roster offensively.
Listen, y'all not. Do you really expect them to like win?
But see, that's what them dollar signs. The dollar signs say that. It don't matter what I think, but the dollar signs.
Y'all upgraded your roster. Don't get it twisted. Y'all upgraded your roster.
Let me ask you a question. When you think offensively on an NFL roster, there aren't many NFL rosters offensively that are stacked like ours. There's not many. We're stacked. And yet, if he don't produce, how do you keep him around? Tell me, how do you justify it? You added Galladay, you added the rookie Kadarius Toney, you still got Shepard, you know what I'm saying? You got Evan Ingram, you got the tight end that was from Minnesota.
Saquon.
You got Saquon Barkley, you got Kyle Rudolph at other tight end position. You can't load up the roster like this. And then you got John Ross that is super fast. You got Dante Pennis that still runs super fast. You got all these weapons on the team. You can't justify moving on from him if he doesn't produce. Now, I can see if the offensive line was just putrid again like it's been. And to me, that's the main reason why what's the name should get fired. He came in the door talking about offensive line, and the offensive line has not improved since he's been there, our GM. It just hasn't. So to me, just for that one notion, he needs to go. But I don't believe in Daniel Jones, though. If he doesn't produce this season, you can't. You got to move on. I'm know what I'm tired of? These years where you hold on to a quarterback for 4 or 5 years, you let him play out his dog, you got to move on. You tank a franchise when you do that. Go ahead and move on. Get the next best guy and let him move on. Get trade value from whatever, but you got to move on. Them days is done, man.
Dog, what you gonna do when Denver beat the Giants week 1?
Man,
Throw his hat and stomp on that track.
Yeah, if we lost to Denver in week 1, it'd be one of them things, Harold, just like how you were with the Redskins, right? Well, I should say the Washington football team.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of them things you're not gonna be surprised. It's like, well, just like what I thought they were.
I thought they were.
That's it.
Ah, man. Yeah, nah, I agree. Yeah, nah, we moving into week 2. I can't wait to do our picks, dog. They coming. The picks is coming.
Wow.
We got 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks, really.
Yeah, because I think they're doing a week where they don't have to, like almost like a bye week before the season starts. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the first game is September 9th or 12th or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we almost there. We almost a month, almost 30 days, 20, 25 days to kick off.
Yeah.
That Thursday night game and everything. Ooh, on the 9th. I think the 9th is the start, like where it's the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Into the week.
Mm-hmm.
So we ready, dog. Earn
40K.
40K. Yo, that's how much we gonna make off this season. Week 1.
Let me get crumbs. Let me get some crumbs.
Let me do the funny business, dog. Maybe week 1.
The more funny business, the better I do, because I can sniff it out, dog.
Dog, we sniffing funny. Dog, that's why I'm saying, like, real talk, that Giants Denver jump, Bama's gonna be that. That's one of them jumps that you add on a parlay, and everybody going the other way on.
You think so, though? I don't think people really favor the Giants.
I think a lot of people favor the Giants.
Let me ask you a question. How many times last year were the Giants favored in any game that we called?
Not a lot.
No.
Before or after Saquon?
That's what I'm saying. Because Saquon.
But even before Saquon, I think we were favored in 2 games last year.
Against Washington.
Out of 16 games, we were favored, I think, in 2. It might have been just 1. Really, I may be giving them too much credit. It might have been just 1 game that we were favored in. So I don't see us getting a lot of favor over Denver with all the guys returning from the COVID list and that were there that didn't opted out last year and all that stuff. So
yeah, we're gonna go through it.
Yeah, this is Vegas rules. Vegas rules know the rosters and stuff. We're
gonna do our picks and then we're gonna give y'all the Vegas special because it ain't always the same. No, it ain't always the same. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. You can go on the Instagram. You want to cop some gear, rock the OSS gear. Go ahead, support the brand. Follow, share the show, share the content. Shout out to Where's Buffy podcast. Shout out to Kicking It with G-Man. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to my man Jeremy John, Sports Reality. We're going to get him on. when we do the picks, so in 2 weeks, I'm gonna have Jeremy on the show to rock out with us, so we can make sure that we legitimize his picks week to week. He might have to abandon his own show and just rock with us the whole year. Yeah, he might have to do it. Well, no, he ain't gotta abandon his own show. He still do it.
He shoot on Wednesdays.
Yeah, he do. He shoot on Wednesday, so he might just have to be on this jump during football season. Of course, we're gonna have football content each and every week. We're gonna do the recap of the games and stuff like that. So, definitely stay tuned in. If you haven't already, you can go back and look at the Dennis Schroeder video we posted. Dog, he's blown right now, dog. They just gave Marcus Smart 77 million, and they gave Dennis Schroeder 5. He blown, dog.
He had an opportunity, man.
He definitely did, dog. He definitely did. So yeah, all that stuff, check it out. And we out.